Hello everyone, Ultimatum here with the second part of Bastion for Challenge Accepted series. I did have a video before this, but apparently I ran out of space fairly early in my recording, and I didn't realize that, and I didn't like alt-tab me or anything, so I completed 2 areas, and not a lot happened, so we'll just
Kid shows up just as Zulf's telling me about his own journey to the city.
start from here. As you saw, I paused because I don't want to interrupt
Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was his smoking pipe.
the narrator, but he'll interrupt me as much as he wants because I realized I was talking over him in my first video, and I said how much I'd like to hear him talk, so I was a little bit hypocrite in that one. But we're just gonna continue with this.
Zulf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all
And I
this.
saw the right side's open now from the other cores I had gathered.
The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity. Zulf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
And these things down here, these are the other challenges you can do. Just wave of monsters, and as you're doing the waves, you hear the storyline of whichever one you select. This one's about Zulf. This one, I believe, is about the kid and him at the same time somehow, I think. I haven't done it in a while, so I'm not positive.
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him.
So, on to our adventure.
The Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely.
Guess I gotta build this. Build the forge, so I can edit my weapons.
A lot of
I can do that
things
right
need
now.
fixing up in this world, and we can start right here.
No, I'll just keep it all I got. Now, on to adventures. So, as you can see, these two are darkened out. These are the ones that got mistaken in the recording. And as you can see, more challenges have popped up for the weapons. But I will do those after I have done everything. So I can focus to the Pith Orchard. And yes, if you remember, that's a god's orchard.
The gods, they're all undone. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too. Seems Pith ain't much of a watchdog. Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. He couldn't even save his loyal subjects. Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods, or tell them off?
They're already invoked?
Kid decides to press his luck. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore.
Get some health back.
Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him.
Maybe. Maybe they're just the ones that avoid everything. Oh, Mad Bull.
Kid passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it. The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
Hooray for penetration.
Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one.
So I'm probably going to add a few more videos. Make sure I didn't get interrupted. Probably add a few more videos to the Challenge Accepted series, because I realized one's kind of slow. It doesn't seem very exciting. So I'm going to try and add a few more videos.
Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy.
Not sure what day though. But you'll have them. I guarantee
The Ura
that.
feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Alright, where to go next? Ooh, a river.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. Riverbanks swarming with windbags.
Oh, I was gonna kill him. I feel
They're
bad
so
too
bent
because you
on
missed a
finding
really
the
good
core, they
spot
hardly
why
notice the
that guy
kid.
is all
Lucky
appeared.
for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat.
Basically, in one of the worlds, kids just finds a person and
Weeping Nelly.
are talking about the
She
same time.
sends some squirts crying home as she leaves
Yeah,
port.
basically you just go through the whole thing.
Maybe
of
Nelly knows the way to the
meeting all
core.
the people you once knew and how the calamity had
Maybe she
destroyed
can
them.
slip right past all the
Pretty
clamor
sad.
on the coast.
And then you find Zolf, and you're just like, come on, we gotta go.
Or maybe not. The security skiff pulls up portside. Nelly's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out.
That's what it's all about.
Well, Weepin' Nelly tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. At least she picked a good spot for a break, 'cause the core's right there.
Gosh, I'm gonna hear myself. Knowing me, I would fall off and then have to waste to continue.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings.
Birds!
Peckers,
Oh god, I hate
they
these.
had their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet.
Yeah, because they won't leave me alone. Well, at least with the pistol I have better action than trying to rely on a bow, which is like a
He finds
one-shot
Weeping
at a
Nellie
time.
raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough. She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these.
Those turrets do no damage.
Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side.
Oh, don't die!
Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something.
No! We will survive.
Windbags get an even better idea. They aim to smash Weeping Nellie to splinters. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie.
Ah. You never save her anyway.
She's just gotta make
Giving
one
it all
last
she's
stop.
got. Oh!
With her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground.
As I fall off.
Solid ground in Pecker country. They want that core real bad. Seems the calamity ain't hurt the Peckers' appetites.
Oh god.
Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back.
Explode.
Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there? A good couple of times.
I only fell off once.
Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
If it's what I think it is. This is my best one.
Why go to Prosper Bluff?
Oh, well, I should say it's my favorite one. If I'm right about it, because the song should...
Used to take an
Thanks.
enterprising man, or a plain old fool, to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they
God.
can't.
There's poison.
And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? There the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? That's the one. Timeless.
Well, that wasn't the right direction.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes. They'll be here before too long. We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow Ura again.
She's pretty.
We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Caelondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see, but leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there, and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal. Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either.
Is that foreshadowing?
The scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away.
Alright, on for the final structure is the memorial. If you were to start a normal game, they just
The memorial.
give you a
Your
list of
kid can
things to
pay
do.
respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
So here I'll have to recover some stuff. And then this is all done throughout the game.
Sometimes I want to ask him, why do any of this? But truth is, I don't want to know.
Alright, so that was a long one. I'm going to call it here. And I will see you guys next week.